Hey, good morning, gang. How are you? It's Mob Guppy, where the Guppy is the mob. I am enjoying some breakfast. Let's see if you can get a good look here. It is oatmeal, a little bit of honey, and blueberries. Yeah, blueberries. So yesterday, I did a quick drop in before I got ready to go out and go to the table sale, which was in Fayetteville, Arkansas. A lot of people got some really cool fish. I really appreciate it. I boxed up a bunch and I came back with two trios of sword-tailed guppies. That's fine. I have sword-tailed guppies going out this week. No, I didn't leave them bagged. I released them back into aquariums. So yeah, it's good. So how are you doing? So I had something crazy. So yesterday I did my little live stream. I packed all the fish, getting ready to head down to Fayetteville. So I did something crazy. I checked my bank account, and someone had charged $465.28. So essentially, my check. I make more than that, but it was a good portion. And at a Safeway store in California. I don't live in California. It was in Concord, California. I've been to Concord, California. I lived in the Bay Area. Lived in Northern California twice in my life. Yeah, so good times. So I called the bank, canceled my debit card. I canceled. I I canceled. I called the Safeway. Safeway says, "Oh, you're gonna have to go through this." So I have to go get stuff out of my savings, and hopefully, I'll cover all my bills without anything. Now the bank says, "Good news, we won't charge you overdraft fees." Mm, mm. Yeah, it's eating a good healthy breakfast is a deal. Normally on the weekend, I make eggs with some sort of meat replacement. Like I did like vegan Italian sausage. That was actually really good. But I don't have any eggs. I don't have anything like that. I have to go to the grocery store and with my limited amount of funds decide what I'm going to spend it on. Mmm. Mm, delicious. So how are you guys doing? What are you having for breakfast? Mm. Mmm. I drank like three-quarters of a pot of coffee. Actually, my cash I got in hand from my fish shopping yesterday, I've got to go and pick up some amazing coffee because I'm out of coffee. I have food for the most part, which is good. Hopefully, I'll have money in my bank by Wednesday. So yeah, it's great, and I get to file a dispute with my bank. I go to a regional bank. Uh, it's called Arvest. It's fine. Uh, I I've been with Bank of America for a long time, and here was the problem. No, whenever there was an issue like that, it went from there. Jason, how are you? What are you having for breakfast? Say hi, everybody. You can lurk. Lurking's okay. So you can see I haven't taken my shower yet. Just got up, I don't know, like an hour and a half ago. Drink coffee. Bolo, my dog, is in my lap right now. Mm. Breakfast of champions, Jason. Coffee and Halloween candy. Breakfast of champions. Mm. Now, when I do oatmeal, a lot of people put butter in it or do it with milk or do it with add some salt. I don't. Oatmeal, tap water, blueberries, a little bit of honey, probably about a tablespoon of honey. Good carbs. And isn't that what it's all about? And protein. And of course, all the vitamins that go through there. I'll have to take my vitamins here in a second. I have some vitamins that are like a mid-meal type of vitamins. So you guys, I'm giving you mundane. If you want mundane, you have come to the right live stream. It's good. So the table sale yesterday, Northwest Arkansas Aquarium Society. Lots of real cool stuff. I was looking for a couple of fish that I would have gotten, but unfortunately, they weren't there. Jeff at Valley Fish, how are you? I would have picked up, some super reds, or someone came in with longfin and citrus. I would have picked that up to go in my 55 tank. But yeah, I get it, Jeff. I got up just a little bit ago. Bolo woke me up. Well, I guess now it's a couple hours ago. I have a report that I have to get done every day for work. That I have to have first thing in. So I just started typing it out. I'm about it isn't terribly long. It's like a 3-4 pager. And I'm probably about 2.5 pages in. I'll wrap it up here fairly quick. Yeah, I'll tell you what though, going to a table sale, man, was that so cool. Even though we all were required to wear masks, it was part of the rule. You got to see great people, got to meet a lot of nice people. And so a guy came in with his stuff and they were out of tables. They had more people show up. And so he and I split the cost of the table. Table's a $5 table. It was in Northwest Arkansas. Northwest Arkansas Aquarium Society. It was held in Rogers, Arkansas, at a church, at like their rec room area. It was nice. And it was really busy early, like the first hour. Now they picked a bad time to do it because it was day one of deer hunting season. You're in Arkansas and Missouri and Oklahoma. That's pretty. That's going to drag a lot of people away. I like hunting, but I've never been deer hunting. It's the type of hunting I like to do is upland game, birds like pheasant, quail, grouse. Get outside and do some walking. Man, this is good. Yeah, I'll tell you what, it was a good table sale. It was a lot of great people there. And one of the guys who sells a lot on Aquabid. So here's how this goes. Hold on 1 second here. 1 second. I gotta take my medicine or my vitamins mid meal. Yeah, again. I sold like 10 bags of fish, or I brought 10 bags. I sold 8 fish and shrimp. I should have brought more shrimp. The shrimp, I mean, they were gone immediately. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Bolo's here in my lap, everybody. He's a little upset that I'm moving around because he wants me to stay. Yeah, I sold swordtail guppies, shrimp, and some Amica Splendids. Yeah, so I sold, again, I sold a bunch of Roebuck Reds recently, so I didn't bring any of those with me. So just swordtail guppies. I didn't bring any of my, my mixes, and I probably should. I probably would have sold them some. My day was screwed up because of finding out my bank that someone had used my debit card to charge or to debit off $465.28. So yeah, I brought just 3 bags of shrimp. I did 2 5-packs. Yep, $465.28. For me, it's an hour drive, so not bad. I knew I wasn't going to bring a ton. Some of these people had just lots of stuff. And I would have packed more, but again, what happened? Oh, I was on the phone with the bank before I had to leave. It was great. It was great. So they say I'll get my money back, but this is right before Thanksgiving. I haven't picked up my Thanksgiving meal yet. So, hey, Jeff, it's all good. I got to do my shower too. As you can see, I'm, just a mess. Enjoy. Take an extra hot one. And again, for those just tuning in, I'm eating oatmeal, blueberries, a little bit of honey. I'd make it with water, no salt, no butter. Mmm. Yeah, I've got to go and do, it's like I've got to figure out. I'm shipping out fish tomorrow. Someone had won some fish from me, and I appreciate that. And so those have to go out tomorrow. And I have a couple others that are supposed to come out, but I haven't received the money yet on PayPal. Let's see, I got 10, 20, 40. Yeah, I've got enough to go do it. Pick up a couple of things at the grocery store. Yeah, so I was gonna go pick up like a change for the event, and I couldn't because my debit card, I had to cancel it. So I basically went down there with no money. Hey, the man who taught David Childress everything he knows. Peter Thiel, Doug Gray, how are you? How are you doing? Good times had by all. So yeah, my table, I think Jeff just cut out on us, Doug. Just cut out. So we have Jason here. We have Doug. Jeff has been here. Who else is here? Say hi. Not that, again, lurking is, it's first thing in the morning. So there's probably some people listening that are, running around doing junk in the kitchen. David Childress is lurking. Well, you see, no surprise there. And for those who don't know, David Childress he's sort of like me. He's sort of the fat guy. but he's got a better head of hair. He's on a show called Ancient Aliens. So he's making a lot of bank. And he gets in, they bring him out to say crazy crap. Crazy as crazy can be. So, I'll tell you what, here's what Bolo did is that, and I'm glad I didn't, the people wanted like his like resume for him to go into doggy daycare. And some places will not take Bolo because he is an intact dog. Because he has made me money on the side, for his lovemaking skills. So I just said, okay, well, I can go down there and be back in like 6 hours at the most. So I just went and did it. I just left him in the, his place. He stays in the bathroom. I got back, took him for a nice walk. He sat in my lap afterwards. All good. So, yeah. Sorry for eating breakfast in front of you, but, I did. I had a cheat meal. I went to Whataburger, which is right by the church in Fayetteville. And it was great. Whataburger, if you're not familiar with it, mainly in Texas, they're a little bit in Oklahoma, Louisiana, Florida, that type of chain. The burgers are really good. It has the same type of service that you get at like In-N-Out Burger or Chick-fil-A. I mean, the service there is always incredible. The people are just fantastic. So I went and I had a cheeseburger with Chattanooga Ed. Good morning. A double cheeseburger with avocado on it. And it had a little bit of mustard and onions. So there you go. Just about to go to bed, Chattanooga Ed? Yeah, you're a vampire, man. You're a vampire. Your red goatee. Does that serve as a way to keep you awake at night as you're up all night? Excellent. Enjoy your trip to St. Louis. Ed is turning into the Tennessee version of the Svengoolie in a nice way. You see, there you go. Mm. Yeah, I work the third shift. I've worked every shift. I worked the overnight shift for about 4 years. I worked nights, for a few years, and 9 to 5 for a lot of years. I've been working on my schedule on and off for a decade, where you're up at 3:45 and you rise and shine nice and early. What's funny is that I've been through St. Louis, but I've never spent any time there, and I'm sort of hoping one of the fish club. There's a fish club there that's pretty good. Sort of hoping they do a table sale. It's about a 5-hour drive from where I'm at, so Bolo would have to come. I'd have to figure out where he stays. And mm, some cities have great food. There was, this is probably about 50. Actually, it's about 20 years ago. I was spending a lot of time in DC for work. And the closer you got to Capitol Hill, the worse the food was. It was insane. Um, if you go to Georgetown in the DC area, food's pretty good. My sister and her family lived in Annapolis, Maryland for 6, 7 years. And so we go from there. Ed is on so many fish videos and does a great job that I keep expecting him to co-narrate my videos as I watch them. Yeah, great food in Maryland. Yep. Maryland crab cakes, baby. New York City is amazing. Because you go in those ethnic neighborhoods. I'll give you the one place to go. A G&M restaurant has the best crab cakes. Let's hope they survive the COVID. Um, speaking of of uh, uh, neighborhoods in New York City, most of them have really cool ethnic food, except Little Italy. Don't go there. I found better Italian food in Hell's Kitchen. Wow, I used to drive there just to bring back 6 crab cakes. And House of Tropicals in Maryland, best fish store around. There you go. I didn't hit any fish stores yesterday, mainly because I had no money. Well, I do whatever money I did earn, I need it for like food and crap and gas. And I have to get my hair cut. It's been 6 months and one day since I've had my hair cut, so I've got to do that today. Mmm. Thanks for being with me as I eat. So Bolo is totally in my lap, totally out, really happy. Yeah, the deal is in New York City. If you go visit New York City, the one thing you have to do, and there's a number of them, is go to a real good steakhouse. Oh, yuck. Philly and the burbs are heading for another lockdown on Monday. Yeah, I think we're heading for one here because it is mushrooming, the COVID cases. The three steakhouses, and I've eaten at a bunch of them in New York City. Not them all, of course. Here are the three that you must consider. Keen's, which is the oldest steakhouse in New York, which I believe is on like 36th and 8th, somewhere around there. Um, Unbelievable. A really good steak. And it's historical. It goes back to the 1800s, and while they've redone some of the stuff, they have some of the stuff pre-original. So that's kind of neat. The other place to go to is Wolfgang's, no relation to Wolfgang Puck's, 33rd and Park. My boss in New York City went there so often that he had his own table. I think he was in there at least once a week. And I can remember just saying, "Hey, I'm with Sean O'Neill," and they go, "Oh, Mr. O'Neill, come right here." Yeah, Wolfgang, not Wolfgang Puck, not Puke. So it's yeah, so good times. I had the other steak place to go to, and if you've watched any of the mafia movies or documentaries or maybe a fan of or not a fan, but sort of interested in what John Gotti, the Dapper Don, Spark Steakhouse. Now, if you go to restaurants and you're in a restaurant on a Monday night, and it's Monday night at 9 p.m. and the place is full wall to wall. Monday's the worst day for restaurants, by the way, completely the worst day. So Sparks is full. You're in line. And the reason is that's where John Gotti had former Gambino boss, not Carlo Gambino, Paul Castellano whacked. And right there in front of the club. And their steaks are really good. Last time I was there, which was probably about 6 years ago, I had an amazing, just an amazing, uh, fillet. It was very good with cream spinach and a wedge salad with blue cheese. It's all good indeed. Yeah, so Bolo, by the way, yeah, he the last 2 days he's not gotten to spend a lot of time with me. So because on Friday I had to go for a doctor's appointment. Your mom helped take him down when she was working for the DA in Kansas City. There you go. So yeah, so yesterday I was gone for a bit, and I had to go to the office last night. There was something that happened I had to take care of. So Bolo didn't have a lot of quality time with his daddy yesterday. So today he wants makeup time. And he's getting it. He's going to get, but I do have to leave the house for a little bit. Yeah, John Gotti, it's wacky. Vignosky, thanks. How are you? Welcome to the live stream. 8 people here, 4 thumbs up. Thanks. I appreciate it, crew. Get some water here. Oh. Nestle Pure Life, everybody. Yeah, good times. No, you know what, Doug Gray, you're right. And I've been meaning to get that, for Bolo and to listen to him. Yes, last night I had to leave the house for about an hour. And hey, Bethlehem Creek Aquatics, good morning. And Bolo was crying. I mean, when he cries, it's just. So I go, and I don't even know what he was looking at. He was like looking at the wall in the bathroom I put in. So you cry like that as well? Now, just to give you how Bolo is sort of focused in on me, the ex-wife came with me to the office when I was working in New Jersey. It's the New Jersey part of the New York operation. I had to go in for about an hour and a half, get a few things done. And Bolo came along with us, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, I had to leave. I had to go use the restroom or something. I had to leave just for a few minutes. And she said, once you left, he started to cry. So yeah, he loves his daddy. Every time you see the sun, you cry like that. Chattanooga, that's funny. So what are you guys having for breakfast? I want to hear breakfast stuff. I just finished my oatmeal with blueberries. What do you eat for breakfast? Understand, Chattanooga Ed, this is dinner for you. What are you having for dinner? Eggs and toast. There you go. I don't have any eggs in the house. That's why I had oatmeal. Coffee. There you go. Had some delicious coffee, but that's not a breakfast, Bethlehem Creek Aquatics. You have to have some sustenance. Oh man, so yeah, little Bolo's here. Yeah, he's happy. You're not gonna eat before you sleep? I when I worked overnights, I tried to live somewhat of a normal life. So I would I would get up at I'd go to bed at I'd be done at 7. So I'd get home, I'd make my dinner then, I'd have a beer and go to sleep around 10, and then the alarm would go off at 6. And then I would go and hang out with friends for a little bit before I had to go into the office. Yeah, so Bolo's right here doing everything. Yeah, I'm looking forward to today's games. Oh yeah, the Chiefs are off this week, which is sad. It Atlanta's off too, but the beloved Minnesota Vikings are playing. They get to go to Chicago tomorrow night. I'll try to get halfway through the game before passing out. And in Fish Fam, I'm taking on Fish Fam football. I'm taking on the Lucky Seahorse. I'm basically I'm a half game out from second place. So I'm a half game behind some feller named Chattanooga Ed. Yeah, Vikings won a game. Yeah, so it's good. Your season went to hell, Peplin Creek Aquatics. Now, I have a fantasy football league. At least you beat Dad. Well, there you go. Um, my league that I've been in for years and years and years, and this year we only have one woman playing. And like 3 weeks ago, she was in first place, 6-0, and she's now dropped 3 in a row. So I texted my boy Fred. I'm going, so ask Angela, if she can get out of this losing streak. And he writes back, he goes, Angela wants you to know you can go to hell. Yeah, I'll tell you is that my team, uh, I'm not as confident in it. It's I don't know how I win this week just to go through, but I think Seattle has a great chance to run up a lot of points today because they're playing the Rams and the team got beat last week. I don't see Seattle losing 2 games in a row. And I've got Tyler Lockett, who 1 week, I think it was the week I was playing, playing all of a sudden Tyler Lockett just blew up. And was it against you, Peplin Creek, where all of a sudden Tyler Lockett ran up 77 points? Oh, it was you. Sorry. I should never have won that game. I was way behind. So, by the way, here's a funny story. At the office, I have like how many people? 5, 6, like 7 people that work under me, and I generally, instead of like yelling or what have you, I bust their chops. Sometimes people are a little sensitive, so you can't do that. Well, my sister did the craziest damn thing in the world. I call her and she said, yeah, I'm going into a store. Let's talk later. I'm looking for gourmet decorative logs. I said, what the hell? Decorative logs? What? And so she explained. And so I bring this up at the office, and my coworkers think that my sister's absolutely lost her gourd. So my sister called me on Friday afternoon. I had a half day on Friday. I had to go. I was there first thing. I was gone for like 5 hours. I was back for an hour and a half or so as I finished my work. And my my wacky sister calls in the middle of this thing, and I'm busting her chops over looking for decorative logs. And one of my coworkers sits, one of my employees sits just in the cube farm across from me. And after the conversation, he goes, "You're tougher on her than anybody else in the, anyone in the employees." I said, "Yeah, it's well, decorative logs. I think that they." Yeah, they're birch. Apparently, that's what you get, birch, and they're perfectly set. And then sometimes they stain the ends. That's not very. That's yeah, decorative logs, everybody. Yeah, so So my coworker just sits there and he goes, "You were busting her chops worse than you ever did do anybody here." I said, "Yes." Yeah, next time looting happens in Philly, you go down and look for those decorative logs. My sister went out driving like 4 hours, like on Thursday or on Wednesday when I spoke to her, and she found 3 logs that she thought were good enough. She's looking for 50, 50, 50. Hey, Amber, how are you? Good morning. So it's yeah, so talk about nuts. So yeah, so decorative logs is a thing. If you don't believe me, just Google decorative logs. So I asked my sister to text me a picture of what would be a good decorative log or a bad decorative log, and she hasn't sent them to me yet. So I'm gonna text her. I'm gonna text her now. She's awake. And I have Google Voice, so it's I can do it off my computer. Snow. Yep, cold and snow goes together. Well, apparently, Doug Gray, you don't want to burn decorative logs, and you do not want to burn them. And yeah, good crew here this morning. Hey, what are you having for breakfast, Amber? Have you guys eaten yet? Well, I'm hoping that one of her young adult sons comes home and decides to light a fire. Apparently, she says she has an unfunctional and very ugly fireplace and does not and wants to do something with it to make it look nice. So apparently, it's filling it up with 50 decorative logs. Now, let me tell you, I asked her, send me a pictures of what's a good looking decorative log or what's not. I'm just, and I told her, I said, your nice husband, whatever you do, do not take him out for like a 10-hour, let's look for logs thing. It's because men are hunter gatherers. As good of a husband as it is, good of a boyfriend, we're hunter gatherers. And, oh yeah, bacon and garlic. There you go. By the way, garlic in your eggs. If you've never put garlic on your eggs, let me tell you something. It is amazing. All right. So all right. So I'm sending her a note. Please send me pictures of good decorative logs and a bad one you passed on. All right, I just texted her. One day recently, I decided to have bacon at all three meals. Best day ever. No, Amber. Here's the deal: is that apparently they've been redoing. They bought a home in Chicago, suburban Chicago, and they redid the kitchen. They're just finishing redoing the kitchen right now. I think it's wrapping up this week. Um, so redoing the kitchen, and I think they went and wanted to redo the fireplace, and then found out it was way too expensive. And because she said the fireplace is just really goofy, it has to be redone, and they just don't want who can afford to do that? And so she, I'm sure, read some sort of decorating thing and said, "Oh, that looks good." So she's filling it up with decorative logs, top to bottom. And they don't do it straight on the side, they do it on the ends. It's crazy. So so there you go. So I just texted her. I included my brother on a text. Pizza with bacon on it. When's the last time I had bacon? I think a couple of weeks ago. Yes, Doug Gray, you're so right. A beautiful fish aquarium. It'd be cheaper than decorative logs. Let me tell you, she spent $22 on decorative logs. Yep. So Bolo is sort of like snorting. Yeah, it's yeah, so I did make some sandwiches that I froze up, so I'll be taking those out for lunch today. And then for dinner, I don't know what I'm doing yet. I have to figure that out. I have to figure that out. So so I took Bolo to daycare on Friday, and because I had to go to Springfield and then I had to do a bunch of work, I was just not going to be able to walk him as he normally wants to be walked. So I take him to this place not that often. I take him to this place every probably a couple of times a month, but they know him. And so the gal said that he was out with other little dogs and he was bossing them around. I said, of course he was. And so Bolo, I said, did you notice that he's deaf? Totally deaf. And she goes, no, I didn't realize that. I said, okay, say his name. And she said his name, and just he was just looking off into space. Yeah, he's deaf as deaf can be. All right, gang. I better like shower and crap and do some stuff around the house. I gotta do some fish room stuff. I gotta feed my fish. Hey, thanks for joining. We'll see you tomorrow night. Live stream tomorrow night, normal time. Have a great day.